Oh, 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 no.
I don't need negative energy, wrap me in positive synergy. I have been doubted through life, been there and done it with trifling people who told me my style would not work. I told them they wrong, been struggling too long. This song is for you, I'm proving you wrong.
Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way.
I'm a genuine person. Like if I love you, I love you. If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. It's as simple as that.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, what they saying Luda's back. Blame it on that contour, the hood call it Ludiac. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like strippers' booties go. My verses still be serving, like a million virgins. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, but South can't be in. Cause all I do, all I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Alexa, stop. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all during the day? What's up, y'all? What's up? Man, I couldn't come on this morning. I had to get out of the house an hour early to handle some business at work. I want to welcome everybody to Atmos Love Zone. This is your boy Atmos Love. Y'all, we're going to talk about some things today, okay? We're going to talk about what happened last night. We're going to talk about why it seems as though people just simply cannot understand where and why and how we think and what drives us to come to the conclusions that we do. And I mean, today, hopefully I'm going to make that very, very clear for a lot of people. Okay. As you can see behind me, this is going to be a conversation of the R. Kelly Supporters versus OCOV. As you see, we are 9-0, undefeated. And that's me being nice, y'all. That's me just talking about, just the, we ain't talking about all the different denials and all the motions and all. I'm being nice, right? I'm being kind. I'm being, don't be too mean to them, Atmos. Don't, show a little bit of kindness, show a little bit of mercy. So I'm showing a little bit of mercy right now, okay? Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let me see who up in here with me this afternoon. I am a Queen Newton. How you doing? Miss Jennifer, how are you? Just V, what up, Just V? How you doing? Black Diamond, what's going on? How you doing, Queen? Missy, what's up, Missy? How you doing? Sade, what up, Sade? How you doing today? Rocking with the truth in the building. What's going on? Vanetta M, what's up? Love is fair. What up, bro? Hey, thank you for that cash out, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for blessing the service. Let me see. Lady D, what up, Lady D? How are you? Grace Arline, how you doing? How you doing? All right. And what's going on, Miss Aisha Stockton? How are you? All right, y'all. So today, this is going to be kind of just a way for y'all to kind of see. So last night, first of all, let me give a shout out to my bro, Levi for Kelly. Levi for Kelly did a panel last night where he, was talking about the R. Kelly case and how, he has come up with a legal strategy that he believes that will aid R. Kelly's lawyers in getting him out of this case based on technicalities or, inefficient counsel and all that kind of stuff. But right now, I am going to just kind of play y'all. Levi did call me out, and that's my bro. So I wanted to get on the channel. Shout out to everyone that was on the panel. I was on there. Not April Showers. I'm sorry. Miss Angie, our channel was on there. Sharon Wimbush was on there. Skylife was on there, and there was another lady on there also, and of course Levi. So I was in the Lions Den. And it was pretty much a panel full of R. Kelly supporters. I know Miss Angie, she's not really on the R. Kelly side or against. She's kind of in the middle. So it was definitely Lions Den. But when you have the truth on your side, it don't matter where you go. There's nothing to be nervous about. It's just the facts are the facts. And for some reason, as you will get to hear for yourself, and I'm going to play some commentary, then I'm going to stop it, and we're going to talk. Okay, we're going to talk. We just want to kind of talk about what they were asking me and how I was responding, and you're going to really get to see exactly how they think and how they think like we are just like from a different planet, because we actually look at facts and we look at evidence and we look at see, one thing they don't understand, y'all, and this the part that puzzles me. And let me first of all say shout out to my brother Larry McGee, who is he the GOAT of this. You know what I'm saying? He the GOAT of the paperwork, and he will be home soon to resume what he been doing. And we're gonna be a tag team out here, making sure that the truth is put out. Okay, it's enough of these false narratives getting put out by all these different pages. People got their opinions. People got fake recordings of R. Kelly calling them, trying to sing, all kind of stuff. So people are doing, it's kind of like they're in desperation mode right now. And so we are kind of like that voice of calm to say, hey, just calm down. Like it is what it is. Okay. Now you're going to hear some things that are going to agitate the hell out of you, as they agitated the hell out of me. But when you go into the Lions Den, you have to be calm. You can't be irrational. You can't be emotional. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to check this out, and we're going to do some commentary on the video. So shout out to Levi. Let me share this with y'all. Here we go. All right, let me pull this up. Here we go. All right, so y'all check it out.
And I said today, I said he's been behind this. He's the orchestrator. The question is there a connection between the snake in D.C. and the Rogue Ex-Police Commission? Are there?
Well, in order for Bonjean, let's keep in mind that this is a federal legal case. In order for you to present paperwork,
you kind of muted yourself. Your mic went out, Ms. Wimbush. Oh, Ms. Wimbush, your mic kind of went out. Well, she'll get her mic back in a minute. What I'm saying is, for Ms. Wimbush, if that African-American attorney had a pre-existing relationship with these terrorists, and it is proven by my work, by what I presented to the proper legal authorities, it is proven that he did, and he was ushered in through infiltration and the act of hijacking. Read it. Ms. Bonjean ain't got much work to do. If this can be proven, they have to let Robert out damn near that same damn day.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Now, listen, some people say that I'm being overzealous. I'm being, wishful thinking, whatever. But I know one thing about my life. When you aim for the stars, you at least get the moon. And I believe, listen, let me cut through the chase. All we need to know, we're not advising her. I don't know her. But when that motion for the case to be set aside is filed, if y'all read those words, Sixth Amendment of the Constitution, anything pertaining to ineffective counsel, just know it's over. With all due respect to you, Brother Adams, y'all better put them goddamn corks back in them champagne bottles. Y'all better take them cakes and shit back to the store, them balloons and shit y'all have. Because Robert's coming home. The king is back. The king is back, nigga.
Brother Levi, my brother Levi, thank you for letting me on this channel. I respect you, as you know. Yes, we are on the opposite. Miss Sharon Wimbush, I respect you. I love your videos. You speak a lot of truth. But yes, we are on the opposite side. We allowed to look out the same window and see different views on this.
That's right.
My view is as simple as reading the paperwork, and if it's in the paperwork and the evidence is there to back up, that's what I'm reading. I just read and I base my assumption off of what I read and what has been presented as evidence in court. I don't let my opinion. My opinion is based off evidence. That's it. Period.
Yes, sir. Mr. Adams, Brother Adams.
Yes, sir.
However, would you agree that everything that is in that paperwork and every law and every act put forth by the prosecutor and that which occurred after the charges were filed, after the paperwork was filed, would you agree that if there were any unconstitutional improprieties that ensued or took place during the trial, during the filing of the paperwork that you say you read, which I agree, I know you do. If there are any, if there's found to be any gross unconstitutional, or should I say, constitutional inadequacies, would you agree that the paperwork that you have read should be and will be deemed null and void?
That's a deep question.
Go get your Bible.
Now, what you said is you said anything that happened after the paperwork.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you say after the paperwork, that means that things that happened outside of facts that people decided to jump in and decide to do on their own and all this. I can't say that the paperwork should be null and void if the paperwork is backed up with evidence. I can't say that. So that's just where I am. Okay. If there's a videotape of Mickey Mouse smacking Donald Duck, the video shows Mickey Mouse smacking Donald Duck.
Yes, but in movies sometimes the actor, I've seen actors and actresses in interviews, and one movie, an old movie, where the actor smacked the shit, he smacked the hell out of one of the women, and the woman was interviewing, and she said that was a real smack. In some movies, the smack looks like a smack, but he don't even touch the woman. She don't touch the whatever. So when you say here's my problem with your premise and what you said, Brother Adams.
All right. So as you just heard, they're trying to find ways to discredit the video evidence that is against R. Kelly. Okay, that is their goal. How can we deflect? How can we because you can't defeat video evidence, right? So I can respect what Levi tried to do with the the visual movie tricks and all that kind of stuff. But as we all know, there are videos in Chicago of R. Kelly sexually abusing RL in 3 videos they have in 3 separate rooms on 3 separate occasions, plus a 4th video that 3 witnesses say are available or is available. So at the end of the day, as you will hear, as I said, my stance is on the facts. My stance is on what's in the paperwork. If it got into the paperwork, it was proven. It was given to a jury. They showed the evidence that made it applicable to his guilt. And as you will hear later on, we know that it's not the government's job to account for how the defense defends their client. Period. It is the government's job to prove their case. Now, if the defense says, hey, that person lied on the stand, but you can't prove that they lied on the stand, and you don't have enough proof that can meet the elements which will be able to make that something that you can go back and actually say, hey, we need to file a separate motion to talk about what this person said so that it can go back before the grand jury and they can say, hey, you know what? No, we're going to go ahead and like they said, the judge can impeach the information or take it out or tell the jury, hey, I want you to extract or don't take this into accountability. Then that's not the prosecution's job to do. Let's continue this. Hold on, let me see. What's up, LD? What's going on? How you doing? Long time. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Nicole says, preach atmosphere. I'll be sending lunatic supporters this portion of the video time stamp. Indeed. Miss Mo, hello. What's up, Mocha Duchess? How are you? Hey, Atmos and chat. I just finished watching Levi's live and it was painful. If by some miracle he gets a new trial in New York due to a technicality, he's not getting away from Illinois. I agree with you. I agree. He's done, y'all. Let me continue this and we're going to talk about some more points. Here we go.
You refer to the paperwork as being facts or factual. Here's the deal. In our country, paperwork is filed every single day on American citizens. The paperwork does not become factual. And I'm going to be quiet and let Ms. Walker and them talk. I talk too much. But the paperwork does not become factual because it was placed on a piece of paper. No, the paperwork must be substantiated through a process that we refer to as due process. It has to be a process. So if that paperwork, yes, go ahead, Ms. Walker. Whoever's about to talk, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, tell it. I was geeking you on.
Right.
So you could...
So where we make mistakes as Black folks sometimes, when those people, when them people write something on some damn paperwork, we say, well, the paperwork is because they wrote it. Well, damn, the very Bible that you and I love was revised by people. The very Bible that you and I love. I can put 5 of them up here right now. That's different. The very Bible that you and I love says King James Version. It didn't say Jesus Version. So paperwork in the hands of some goddamn devils.
So respectfully, I've grown to understand that whenever the R. Kelly supporters want to try to discredit or tear down or bash or shame another black man for standing up for black women who were abused by another black man, then it's you're wrong. Black Lives Matter. Why are you taking up for what the white folks do? The devil wrote it. The white man trying to tear the black man down. That has nothing to do with this case. Zero. There were charges that were brought that through discovery, through subpoenas, through witness statements, through testimony, through videos, physical and visual depictions, were enough to get a jury, a grand jury, to bring it into fruition, which is why we are here today. Okay? That is why we are here today with 9-0 record where he was convicted on all 9 counts. If there was not enough evidence or enough discovery that was presented, we would not be where we are right now. Okay? This has nothing to do with trying to keep the black man down. We need to really stop doing that. We got to get away from that. Get away from that. If you're a black man and you are going against R. Kelly, then you not black enough. Or how can you be black and go against R. Kelly? Well, what the hell do you mean? He did the crime. Hold on, y'all. Bro, what's up? I'm live, bro. I'm live. Okay, bro. The fact is, I don't care if he was white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican. If he did the crime, he's got to face his punishment. He's got to face the jury for what people have the evidence against him for. The biggest problem with this case, and the thing that forces me, and if y'all do any research on me, y'all will see I was a huge R. Kelly. I want to say I'm a fan of his music. Was much bigger than I am now. I still like some of his music, but you can see video of me out there winning talent shows and things like that with singing some of his music. This stuff is out there. But as I try to tell people, you have to learn how to separate the person from their artistry. Okay? You have some people who, when Kobe Bryant had that issue with the white girl, where she says he forced himself on her and he, rammed himself in her from the back and all this kind of stuff, people were protesting him. Kick him out the league. Do this, do that. Right? But after a while, people still said, okay, you know what? I think he's a piece of shit as a person, but we still love him because of what he does on the basketball court. Why can't people say, hey, R. Kelly's a piece of shit for what he did, but I still love his music? You can't take away the man's artistry, but you have to learn how to separate the man from the music. And the problem with the R. Kelly supporters is they don't know how to do that. Everything is like a big old soup bowl of pot of jumbo. Everything mixed together. And that is the problem here. That's why they can't see the facts, because they're so wrapped up in the damn music. The music and the man have to be detached in this situation. Let's continue.
don't mean nothing. Listen, Brother Adams, and I'm not trying to get religious with you, but at the end of this book, you know the book probably more than me. At the very end of this book, it says, if anyone changes a word, Jesus talked about it. It will be, I'm paraphrasing, it will be better that you were never born. At the end of this book, out of this book, how the scribes and the Pharisees distorted and perverted the Torah. The scribes and the Pharisees hated Jesus because Jesus knew what they were teaching and how they came up with additional scriptures. Mm-hmm. They came up with their own scriptures. Mm-hmm. You understand? So Jesus says, I am aware of those who say they are Jews and who are not Jews. Mm-hmm. That's Jesus now. In the last book, at the end, Jesus said, let me tell you something. I'm aware of those who are going to take my words, take my religion, take everything that stands for good. You're going to pervert it. You're going to distort it. But I'm so much qualified. I am the Son of God. But before you do it, I can tell you what you're going to do. Mm. But Jesus says, when you do it, just know I'm aware of what you're doing. Mm. Jesus talks about how those same people that you're talking about, he says their very language is a lie, that their tongue walks to and fro all over the earth, lying on people. Mm. So ask that man's cousin, brother, with all due respect, ask his cousin. Mm. And as someone who has read the paperwork just as much as you, Larry, everybody, I'm telling you that paperwork that you are referring to was crafted by evil pens.
Let me.
To my brother Levi, I understand the analogy that he was trying to make in this here, but there is absolutely no way that we can compare R. Kelly to anything dealing with Jesus Christ. No way at all. Zero way. Does he have an angelic voice? Yes, he does. But we can't say that the same blasphemy that the people do even to this day against Jesus is the same type of blasphemy against R. Kelly. Why? Because R. Kelly videotaped himself doing these things to these young queens. Last I've seen, I haven't seen no videotapes of Jesus sleeping with no underage minors. Not one. Let's move on.
Say this, Levi. I have legal background, Atmos. I've worked in law firms, major law firms. Be 100% clear. Paperwork is nothing more than what the prosecution is asserting. It doesn't mean it's true. It means you're asserting this. It's like two sides to the story. And most of it always is a lie. Because you can put something in the paperwork and amend it and amend it and amend it. And a lot of times they put things in paperwork to bluff, to scare, to intimidate when they know they don't have the goods. It's like playing a game of cards. You playing spades. You bluffing about your hand to see if you can get the other side to falter, to make a mistake, to come up with something. 90% of paperwork is not true and does not pan out. How many times did they say they had 100 devices? Where's all that pornography in the transcripts? 100 devices. Larry said all of it had kiddie porn on it. That means we should still be in court today looking at child pornography, according to 100 devices. Not 1 second of one recording had anything with the minor on it.
That's the part. And I respect Sharon Wimbush, and my response to her was exactly what I'm saying right now. That is wrong. Okay? As we know, there are multiple videos of R. Kelly on video with minors. 14, 16, 17. Those are crimes. Period. Now, she says something about 90% of the paperwork is not true. That leaves 10%. Well, so here's my question. What percent of the videos isn't true? What percent of the videos is it true? See, they don't want to face the hard facts in this case. They don't want to talk about what is a big part of why we're here. They don't want to talk about the smoking gun in this case, which is the videos. Now, as we know, with her saying that 90% of the paperwork could be false, we know that that's false because we heard experts, we saw geographical coordinations, latitude, longitude, showing exactly where R. Kelly was at the same exact time as these crimes that were being committed. We saw the emails from Don Russell's mom to R. Kelly talking about, hey, you really need to work this out with Don Russell because he's doing what he got to do to help you. Like, we see this stuff. We know about the letters that were written that were tucked in the safe that he kept as collateral damage against these girls. We have read the paperwork and we've seen the evidence. And I could sit here all night long talking to you about everything that we know to be factual because it was discovered during the discovery. The things that were discovered in his phone, the iPads that were found when they arrested him downstairs, went up there and they found the sexual. Y'all, there's so many things that the prosecution was not allowed to play in the courtroom because the judge said that is overkill. The judge said they are already going to have these images in their heads that they will not be able to get rid of. I don't want to overdo it for these people. The government had evidence and videos they wanted to present that the judge said, no, that's enough. This is already disgusting enough. You have enough to convict him on what you have right here. Those are the facts. 100% of those videos is true. Now, let's be transparent. Did some of the witnesses get on the stand and tell lies? Some of them did. Yes. When we read the paperwork, we even said it ourselves. That don't sound right. Something not right with that. I had people on here telling me, Atmos, why you make your face like that when Sonya said she did this? Don't you believe her? Don't you believe her? Do I believe that R. Kelly did some of them things to her? Yes. Did I believe her testimony when she got on the witness stand? No. Why? Because it just seemed too crazy the way she portrayed it. It did not make sense. Do I believe he did those things? I do, but did she sell it? Did she portray it? Did she bring it forth towards a jury in which they could grab it, be compelled to convict him on it? No. And it came out that on the charges for her, 2 of them, they did not give her those charges. Let's resume.
Otherwise, it would have been in the news.
Not true. Not true.
What did it
and
show?
I'm gonna say, stay tuned for Chicago
We
because
talking about New York.
hey,
We
New
talking
York
about
has
New
been
York.
he been convicted in New York of 9 charges. Like he's convicted already. So we can go back and talk. We need to talk about what y'all about to walk into.
No, let's talk about New York. We talking about New
So
York.
I would like to respond to Levi's point first because he jumped off about they put Jesus in there and all that. So it's all good. Did y'all see how when I said let's talk about Chicago? Oh, they don't want to talk about Chicago. Oh no, they want to stay stuck in New York. They want to stay stuck in New York. What and what value does it do for OCOV to talk about his appeal process? Why do we care about his appeal process? That's for them to worry about. That's for them to argue about. We are not going to sit here and go back and forth with a bunch of sore losers. Why would I do that? Why would I sit there and battle against the likes of Levi, my brother, Sharon Wimbush, Skylife, and the other lady? Why would I try to defend when he's already been convicted? Now, as far as the sentencing goes, they can sit there and talk about, the what he's going to get in all the appeals and how they're going to win on technicality and all that. They can do all that. But guess what? Guess what the problem is? Let me tell you the problem. The problem is after they get finished with New York, they got to go to Chicago. They got to go to Chicago. And then once they get done with Chicago, they got to go to Minnesota. So this train don't stop after his sentencing in New York. It don't stop. So whatever they plan on doing, you know what? Listen, let me say this. If R. Kelly, there's no way you could say he's not guilty because he's already been proven guilty of all those charges. Now, if they find a technicality, which is what they're saying, oh, well, Bill Cosby, we had something with Bill Cosby and he got off. Okay, great. Guess what? They found a technicality with Bill Cosby, he got off. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But I can tell you that Chicago case is so much more damaging than that New York case. As y'all know, today, the judge approved Kanik and Schaller being able to get off the case. That spells trouble for R. Kelly. That spells trouble. There's different rumors about, well, the reason why they got let off is because, the Jennifer Bonjour lady felt that it was best for them to get off the case because they already done ruined this case in New York. They had a different strategy that was outside of hers and some. So that you're hearing all these different stories, right? But y'all know on this channel, we are going to wait until we know exactly why they got off of it. We're not going to assume. Okay, let's keep going. But
I'm gonna give it for you. You got the whole quote. Go ahead. Whoa.
Okay, so I want to talk about first of all, the defense had R. Kelly had his defense. He had a right to have the lawyers that represented him in a way that was educated, that was eloquent, that was not talking about twerking, that was not talking about all these crazy outlandish things. Like, it's his responsibility to pick a defense to defend him on the charges that are brought forth. And it's the government's job to prove those charges, not his job to prove that he's innocent. It's The government bought the burden. It was the burden of proof on the government to prove what was in those charges, and they proved it.
No, they
All
didn't.
9 counts. It was his attorney's job to make sure that it was discredited enough to where that jury said, you know what, we can't convict him on all 9 counts. So at the end of the day, it's his defense's failure to not defend their client to the fullest extent of this case. And because of their lack of whatever you want to say, Canick came in, you know, with 6 weeks to go and didn't, that's his fault at the end of the day. So
Can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Okay, so we all know that the prosecution put on witnesses that lied. Are you in agreement with that?
They had everybody put on people
That's
that
a
lied.
yes or no. Are you in agreement with the fact that those witnesses lied on the stand?
I would say everyone that got on there didn't tell 100% of the truth. Some of them did.
Okay,
most of
so
them
that's
didn't.
a yes. So you're okay with that? With this man fighting for his life, and you have the women being deposed, making one statement, and then coming back on the stand, making another statement, and then he's walking away with 9 guilty verdicts. You're okay with that? That's justice for you?
So let me ask you a question.
No, don't answer a question. Dan.
Right, he don't want to answer.
No,
Because that's a loaded question and it don't make sense. Because
How does it not make sense?
at the end of the day, it was his lawyer's job to discredit those witnesses enough to make that jury say, I don't believe you. Now, they were successful with Sonya, with the girl that said she woke up after the thing and all that and got drugged. They were successful in that, right?
Adams, you deflecting. I gave you a solid point that you want to try and deflect from. They lied on the stand, which means, okay, let me ask you this. If their testimony was a lie, is their testimony in that paperwork?
Skyline.
Your
Hold on, wait, Angie, don't try to save them. Hold on. If they lied on the stand,
your
is
answer
that lied in the transcripts in the paperwork?
that goes both ways.
That's a yes too. Okay, that's another yes. So you're okay with
your
supporting.
yes. What I'm saying, no, listen. What I'm saying is, no matter what you say this person lied, this person lied, this person lied, this person couldn't recall. It is his attorney's job to take that information and use it against those witnesses. They failed. He got convicted of all 9 charges.
That's not his job because you have to.
It's time to look to Chicago.
Look, Adams. When you're on trial, that is supposed to be the word.
Okay, y'all. So I'm sure y'all can see my frustration when that blogger started talking, because she is the exact same blogger, Skylife. This is the same woman who said out of her mouth, that if your kid, your little girl, is 14, 15, 16, and they out here having sex, that if they take they fast ass to a grown ass man's house and have sex with him, that's their fault. This woman don't have no kids at all. And this is how she talks. She told another person earlier, DJ Amazing, shout out to him. They were on Miss Angie channel this morning. Told him that that he had a bastard ass daughter. She's gonna end up getting out there and being just like these young girls are. Like, this lady is disgusting. I'm sorry, but her viewpoint is very disgusting. I see why she don't have kids. It's probably a good thing that she don't, because I would hate for her to promote the way she feels about little kids and little girls having sex with grown men and how she approves of that type of stuff. Okay. I'm just I was over irritated with her line of questioning. I felt like she just simply did not want to talk about nothing but, well, it's them girls' fault that they went over there and had sex with him. Who wouldn't want to have sex with R. Kelly? Then I'm like, what kind of damn adult even talks like that? Okay, so yes, if you saw frustration in my face, yes, it is all true. It's real, it's raw, and that's just what it is. Let's continue.
A sterile situation where facts are to be included and everything else needs to sit on the side. Okay. Your prosecution brought witnesses that lied on the stand. Okay. And then let's talk about this video you're talking about. If we're talking about a smack, that's domestic violence. Okay. That has nothing to do with racketeering and the Mann Act. Okay, what is domestic violence?
And
That's
the statute of limitations is up on that. So
He was convicted of 9 charges in New York. We need to talk about
wrongfully convicted. Okay, you want to just take the charges and you don't want to break down each instance as to why he was convicted. The whole reason why that tape was submitted was to smear to continuously.
Why would I want to sit there and break down all of the charges in which the pedophile was convicted of? I'm on the side of him being convicted of them. The prosecutors did a great job breaking down why he should be convicted of them. They did a great job. I'm not a prosecutor. Why would I sit online and argue with you in front of 300 some people about why he deserved to be charged when the government proved their case without a shadow of a doubt? Why would I do that? Why? It makes no sense. I'm not going to sit there and go back and forth with you over something the man already been convicted of. It makes no sense. It's pointless. Let's move on.
Add on to the smearing of his character. There was no reason to play that tape. There was no sexual child molestation or sex going on in that tape. So what are you playing it for?
So let me
why was that presented?
So Sky Zone, you seem to know a lot. Let me.
My name is Sky Life. Sky Life.
Sky, I'm sorry.
Don't get it twisted.
Shout out to Sky Zone. I love Sky Zone. So here's my question.
You know what I said, Angie?
Sky Life. Sky Life, have you?
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Sky Life, have you read the Chicago paperwork?
I'm not talking about Chicago. Y'all keep trying to move Chicago. We're trying to finish up New York.
New York is done.
No.
New York is not done.
New York.
Y'all get them. Y'all get them.
New York, as far as we're concerned, now he got his appeal coming up, and that's fine. Whatever it is, it is. One thing about me in this channel is I am on the side of the victims, but I don't hate R. Kelly. And I say it all the time, if R. Kelly is innocent of something, and there was some times when I read the paperwork and I was like, hold on, that don't sound right. So my people was like, oh, you going against the victims. No, that sounded like a lie. I've said it. So I'm not one who's like, I'm not colorblind to the fact that people did say things on the stand that wasn't true. Those are facts. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is to sit here, and I understand y'all want to talk about New York, and I get that, right? But from my position where I sit, I can't sit here and go back and forth with you over some charges he's been convicted on.
Yes,
it's a whole nother case that we got to get prepared for. Go ahead.
Give me this, Adam. Check this out.
Yeah.
You're married, brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
God bless you in your marriage. Now listen. When you got married, did you propose?
Of course.
Okay. Were you engaged first? Did you give your most lovely wife an engagement ring?
Indeed.
So after you were engaged, did you set a date for the actual holy matrimony of marrying her?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What would she have done if when she came to you and said, come on, We have to get the plans together. We have to get the cake. We have to plan this. And you said to her, well, I gave you a ring. The marriage is, we married. What would she have said to you? She would have said, what would she have said? We don't have to do all that. You got an engagement ring. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? She would have said, are you out your damn mind? She would have said, no, we have to go all the way through this process. When you say the New York case is done, if that were so, Ms. Bonjean wouldn't have until February the 3rd to file her documents.
Let me clarify, it's done. Let me clarify that.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is, yes, he still has the appeal process to go through. So technically, is it done? No. What I'm saying is, are my talking points and what I'm focused on, if you know, we've been recapping how we got to where we're going to, which is the road to Illinois. That's where we are. Now, he still had, now, if it comes out to where this man, this appellate judge, which I think he got a great one, okay? She come out and she do what she got to do and she get it. Guess what? We're going to go on this channel and we're going to say, hey, great job, right? But as we stand right now, I'm just saying it doesn't make sense for me to sit here and go back and forth about the New York charges he's already been convicted on. That's
Then what did you call into the show for when we're talking about Koenig resigning? We're not talking about Chicago.
Well, I invited him. It's fine. I mean, no.
No, but I'm saying, you say, I don't want to talk about it, but you the one that dialed in.
I didn't say I don't. I want to go ahead, Miss Wimbush. I ain't cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, go on. That's all. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying
that was the topic that we were discussing, the New York case.
Okay.
Koenig is on the New York case.
Well, not no more, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, as of today. But that's the discussion.
Brother Adams,
yes.
The civil over here, you get everybody respect one, would never disrespect you. But this is what I don't want you and your people to do. If you can recall, when Michael Jordan and the Bulls would play, and they were 7 points down, there's only 2 minutes left. That's a 2 minute mark. It's 2 minutes left. The Bulls and Jordan are 7 points down. Everybody in that arena stayed there. They didn't go to their cars like they do most.
That's right. That's right.
They kept their asses right in the seats because they knew that Michael Jordan could win that shit with 2 minutes left. So I don't want you to and your people to underestimate Miss Bonjean. And I definitely don't want you to underestimate my complaints. What I'm saying to you, OCOV, all y'all gonna be in the bus going home. We won, and you turn on the radio, and this woman then shot a 3-point shot and won the game. It's not over till it's over, Brother Adams. It's not over.
Let me ask one question to Mr. Adams, okay? Adams, will you agree that there are people in jail that are wrongfully convicted?
That's right.
Of course.
Okay, so why are you all so quick to not give Kels that assumption of innocence and to flint him away like he got 9 guilty verdicts?
Because he wasn't wrongfully convicted.
But wait a minute.
That's why.
Based on what?
Based on his opinion. That's all it is. Based on your opinion.
I see what you're doing, Skylight. You like to get all the emotions involved.
No, I like to get to the nitty gritty.
So here's what I do got a question. Why are y'all scared to talk about Chicago?
We talking about because today the topic is New York.
So y'all focused on New York
because it's not over, bro. It's not over yet, bro. It's not over. After this process plays out and it doesn't produce results,
okay,
we will be crazy to keep talking about it when we know it's going to be 2 years probably before the actual appeal comes up.
So maybe I did come in with the wrong, not knowing exactly what y'all. So y'all talking about the New York case and the Koenig thing being off of it. Okay. So, okay. The reason why I came on here primarily, Levi, because one that you invited me.
Definitely.
And I appreciate that. So I came on here. Some of the questions that were asked towards me were focused on the New York thing, and I didn't know that was the focus of the conversation. So maybe but
we don't have anything on Chicago to talk about.
Say it again.
We don't have anything on Chicago to talk about yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay. All right.
Well,
So
yeah,
you can't
it's
talk about it prematurely. Well, you can, but you're wasting your time.
Well, also, Brother Adams, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I don't fault you because you know, y'all off in y'all own world. You over there celebrating and popping bottles and carrying on. So, so I don't fault you because you off in your own world.
Okay. So they say that there's nothing to talk about with the Chicago case yet. What? Are you serious? There's tons of information to talk about with the Chicago case. We have been going back. I don't know if you haven't already saw the series that I'm doing on this channel. If you go to my channel, go to my playlist, you'll see where it says it's the R. Kelly recap of the Chicago, reading the motions, the indictments, about to read the superseding indictment and things like that. We went back down memory lane because there were some things that we missed. Now, my brother Larry covered everything before he went to go take care of his business, but I needed to read it for myself, right? A lot of this stuff is old news. Like she said, it's in their opinion, it's a waste of time, not in mine, because we discovered even people that have read the information already said, you know what? I missed that. I didn't know that. Oh, that's where that came from. So it's nothing wrong with going back down memory lane and making sure that before you walk into that courtroom, you have all of the knowledge that you need to make sure that you don't miss a step. That's all we're doing. So for people that say, oh, they wasting their time, what's the lady, infamous lady who got on it? Hey guys, they're reading the old Chicago thing, guys. They're wasting their time, guys. All that kind of stuff, right? I heard that come from that lady, right? But this is what we're deciding to do. So does it hurt some people that support him to hear what they're about to hear all over again? Because I don't know if they knew this or not, but they're going to hear some of the same stuff come back. It's what it's going to be. Hey, may I please come on the platform? May come on the screen. Sure, to be Black Native. Let me put the thing up. Let me put the link here in the chat. Hold on. Let me boom. Copy the clipboard. Hold on. Paste. There's the link there. Let me go ahead and put the link in the top. Hold on. Oh, let me put it in the chat. Hold on. Here it is. Yeah, an independent thinker. I think you're right, Mick David. Somebody put in here earlier. They said people taking their eyes off the fact that Don Russell just out here chilling, the May bail and everything. We haven't took our eyes off that. I think he snitched up a whole bunch of stuff. A lot. Oh, it's about to come out. Hold on, y'all. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Do I need to turn my TV down?
No, I hear you perfectly. I don't hear an echo or anything.
Oh, good. Can you see me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hold on 1 minute, okay, Atmos?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I hear echo.
Okay. Let me read some of y'all things here. All well, they need to get out of denial. Whitney D said, yeah, go catch up, Ladybug. LOL. After this goes off, of course, Quinn Keish. I agree, independent, but McDavid is busy hiding funds away before they have to seize his funds for forfeiture to the government. Indeed. The Mocha's Duchess said those people aren't going to go back. Those people aren't going to go down for RK when they weren't the ones sleeping with children. Why would they? I agree with you. Why would they? Okay. Black Native, you on.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
I don't have that kind of patience. What is she talking about?
Yeah. See, and here's the thing. We have to we there is a certain portion in this R. Kelly thing that conversation would have went totally left. It would have been arguing, fussing, screaming, shut up, B, da, 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 F, yeah, da. We don't got time for that. We're not going to get out of character because at the end of the day, we're just reading the paperwork. That's it. We're not
We're just
giving
reading the
and
script.
we're just reading the script, right? So for us to get belligerent or argue and fuss and fight and name call and all that, like Levi, he was doing a very peaceful, intellectual conversation. I wasn't about to represent my side in an ignorant way. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's just what that was. Just understanding that there's no reason to argue when we won. Whitney
What
D
were you
was
arguing about anyway?
exactly.
Bill
Whitney
Cosby's
D.
case and R. Kelly case, two different
Hey,
situations.
brother.
Right, absolutely.
You know, Bill had paid that girl off. What happened was her mother was mad. Her mother was pissed off. Can I say that?
Yeah, you good.
That girl's mama was mad because some basketball star, just dissed her ugly daughter. I'm sorry. And so to get back at the black men of America, she decided to take it out on Bill. And even though they were paid off already, she wanted him to go to jail. And she succeeded. He went to jail, but they had to let him out.
Right. And like you said, it was a technicality there, right? So they got him off on the technicality. I don't see that
That's
happening.
a different kind of technicality.
It
though.
is. It
R.
is.
Kelly paid off some people, but the people he paid off, it didn't matter.
Right. And here is the nail in the coffin for them. Here's the nail in the coffin. As we discovered going back over the Chicago stuff, that both parents of Rashana Landfair were cooperating and went before a grand jury and admitted that although they said before that was not their daughter on the tape, they have retracted and said that was their daughter on the tape. And this is after it's been proven in discovery that he paid the family off to lie to the police.
That's right. That's
so
right.
He obstructed justice in the case, which is why for these people that are saying, oh, they bring in the Rashana Landfair stuff back up, that's because he paid off for that. He paid for that. So he still has to be brought to justice, especially since the parents and Rashana Landfair herself has said, that is me on all 3 videos.
Boom.
That's it. Period. Go ahead.
What are we arguing about?
Right. Whitney D, go ahead and speak.
I'm gonna be real quick. I'm not gonna take up much time. But I wanted to say first off that you did an excellent job. Couldn't be me. No, I'm just playing. But you did a wonderful job and you represented us very well. I will say this, however, the deflection for me was just ridiculous. Okay, first and foremost, okay, he was not wrongfully convicted. Let's get that out of there. Okay, for everybody keeps saying the people that lied on the stand. Like I said, I'm standing on this. I said this when we was reading the transcripts. Everyone lied at some point on the stand because these things occurred years prior. Okay. I can't remember half the stuff I did last week. Okay. So you have to take that under consideration for one. And for two, when you say that lies were spewed, you can't take away from the defense and they little 5 witnesses. They lied too. A whole man said that he went on tour with him and couldn't name not one tour. Are we just gonna? But that didn't happen, right? So it's just like, and then for you to like when you made the statement, the young lady said that those little girls put themselves in the situation. So then again, you are still contradicting yourself. you're stating that they deserve basically what they got. Okay, cool, let's roll with that. That means that he did it, you idiot. Okay, so you still implementing him in the crime by you saying that they deserve to get what they got.
Sorry.
So that means that he did it. And if they were little girls, that means that he did commit a crime. So it's just kind of like it's retarded. It's like the dog chasing the tail. It's ridiculous. And at this rate, he was the same guy that said that brother was gonna be out in Christmas. And here we are about to get ready for another Christmas. So I'm just gonna leave it at this and say that no, absolutely, like what you said, and you could have stand 10 toes down on that. The trial is over with. Okay, it's over with. An appeal is a different proceeding. So at the very end of the day, the trial that took place in New York is done. It's done. It's done. We're about to get conviction here soon in May. Now, what they're doing is a totally different trial. And if they read even an appeal request, okay, they are asking for something different in regards to the overturning of the conviction. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. That's going to be a totally different trial. That's why that can take up to 2 years. That's also why Canick, Scholar, and all of them are falling off. Why? Because at this point, this is not the same case. This is not the same trial. If he goes and goes on appeal, it has nothing to do with what's going on right now, and that's the completion of this conviction. Period. We are not there no more. We don't care about Canick really too much getting dropped off because it don't even matter, baby. He can be down to no attorneys and still he gonna get that conviction because it's done. We are in Chicago. Catch a flight and come join us. We are in Chicago in the back of the stand watching the transcripts roll through. Okay, so period. I just wanted to tell you did a phenomenal job. And no shade to Levi, nothing like that, or none of them or whatever, because I mean, I just don't want no smoke because I just God is still working on me. But I will say that you did a phenomenal job. And you did what you were supposed to. And at the end of the day, like I said, I don't care if every last one of them victims lied on the stand. The evidence that went across it proved otherwise. Okay, they could have been dumb, retarded, had Alzheimer's on the stand. It don't matter. The videos, and we went through counts of them. Admins, remember, it wasn't just one. Okay, and that video showed his character, just to lay that down. The videos of him being abusive, of cussing and being outraged showed his characters, because y'all fool forgot in the transcripts that we read, y'all was up here talking about this man stood up when people would come in the room. Oh, are we going to forget? See, that's why we revisit transcripts, because they act like they dumb or retarded as to reason why things are brought up in the court of law. See, we're not drunk over here. We're very sober-minded. We're very articulate, and we read. And that's the reason why those videos are brought up, to show character, sweetie. Okay, just like y'all went back into 1919 and reflected on Geronda Lyon and stuff like that. Yeah, that's to show character. So it's no different when it comes to R. Kelly. Okay, he was caught in a lot of lies, from saying that he's just this man of chivalry to the man that he really was showed to be.
There you go. And not only that, but they want to talk about how the witnesses lied. Well, R. Kelly lied to his own lawyers. He didn't even give his lawyers all the information. So, really?
He toxicated them.
He talked like, how can you talk about who lied when your client can't even tell the truth to his lawyers to give them the best opportunity to defend him? Like, and it's crazy because, like you said, Whitney, you made a great point. A lot of this stuff happened so long ago, but as Miss Angie, shout out to Miss Angie, she came on and clarified it very good. I want to finish playing some of this video because Miss Angie came in and really put the nail in the coffin on what I was trying to say. But Whitney D, thank you so much for coming on. If y'all haven't subscribed to Whitney's channel, please subscribe to her. Did you have anything else to be Black Native?
No, you can. Thank you, and you're doing wonderful.
That's it for me.
I missed the reading.
That.
Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome. You have a
I love you.
Keep it up.
Okay, I love y'all too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Let me check. Let me check real quick. Y'all hold one moment. Just leave them outside till I come get them. Okay. So thank those queens for coming on. All right, y'all, let's continue this video.
World. But this is what you have to understand. If what I'm seeing is true, if what I have alleged in my complaints, if it's true, if these attorneys are found to be negligent, where they committed gross malfeasance, and if that attorney who sat there with him, the African-American attorney, if it can be proven that he was in no, hold on. No, hell no, we ain't gonna do this now. We about to do, me and Atman's about to really have a conversation real quick. Listen. You, Brother Atmas, of all people, saw you had a front row seat in the arena and you saw the terrorists committing federal crimes against your people.
Right.
You saw them committing federal crimes. You saw them place Angelo Clary's business, home address,
right,
anything they could get, you witnessed. You saw them make personal attacks and threats that placed Azriel Clary as a federal witness in harm's way and in truth placed her life in jeopardy. You read the onslaught of comments. He should be this, and this should be done to her. That should be done to her. You saw it front row. You saw them attacking not only the Clarys, you saw them attacking other federal witnesses. You witnessed the baby killer go up to Javante Cunningham's job. You saw it. You saw the baby killer go in the courtroom, filming, asking for Azriel. You saw it all. Now, what I need for you to understand, Brother Adams, is that if their actions were not connected to his attorneys, then I would be more prone to say, well, Adams has a strong position. But, Brother Adams, you witnessed me for the last 2 years plus screaming and yelling at the top of my voice. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna ask you, did you witness me admonishing his attorneys, saying to his attorneys, why are you dealing with these people that commit these crimes? Did you?
I did.
You witnessed that, right?
I did.
Thank you, sir. So now it's come full circle. Now Levi, his cousin, told your people, Larry, Angelo, I said to them a year and a half ago, I'm going to use what they're doing and bring it to the Justice Department so he will have a strong case for the Sixth Amendment attorney, ineffective counsel. So you can't not, brother, dismiss that. Listen. And I'm going to be quiet and let them talk, but this is what I want you to understand. If the prosecutors in Robert's case came on your channel, the prosecutors came on Atmas Love, Grown Man Larry, and said, how you doing, Atmas? This is R. Kelly's prosecutors. How you doing, Atmas? Hey, grown man, you're doing a good job. The people on the R. Kelly side will be going crazy.
Right.
They'd be like, wait a minute, the prosecutors over there with them?
Yeah.
So I want you to look at the mirror and turn it around the other way. Understand something. His attorneys was over there with them committing gross malfeasance, dealing with these people who were doing the most atrocious. Bro, I'm gonna be quiet after I ask you this question. Angelo Clary's home was a firebombed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the car.
Right.
If Angelo, his wife, and I don't give a damn about the people who sit here and say, why are you defending, or so what? Why are you talking about Angelo on them? Everything that was done to them fell back on Robert. Everything that was being done from a prosecution standpoint, from a jury standpoint, and from the courts themselves, I have the documents. The court said, even though he is not doing it, there are still people willing to do his bidding outside
on his behalf.
You remember that?
Yeah.
The courts even cited the baby killer. The courts, in every motion, and you read them, Admin, you have to be honest. Then the judge, in every motion, when she turned down his motion for bail, say these words in every single motion: the conditions have not changed. Didn't she say that?
I believe so.
Yeah, she said, she worded it like nothing has changed.
Right.
Meaning they're still doing it.
They're still doing
it. The federal witnesses, their lives are in jeopardy because of these bastards.
Mm-hmm.
And you
That's
know,
true. They use what they were doing out here to say that he still has connections out here that can disrupt and harass these witnesses.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
the truth.
That's fact.
Praise the Lord. That's facts. Contributed to him staying in prison for those 2 years when he was asking for bail. I want to say this to you, Adams, because you saw it. His attorney stood in court looking well poised and professional, saying, Your Honor, if he's allowed to be released, he will not do these things. He will not harass, intimidate, threaten to bribe, and coerce. He will not do these things. The judge says the conditions haven't changed. No, I'm granting the prosecution their response. No. They left outside of the court and sat. One of them corresponded with a woman in Conyers, Georgia, who was secretly recording Demetrius Smith, doxing people, using her government position to go on computers to get Angelo's information. Azriel's. I looked on the thing one day and saw Azriel was having a benefit, some kind of function. And I looked on there, they said Azriel is supposed to appear somewhere. Y'all call the people and remember that? And
try to get it shut down.
Yeah, and cut it off. Y'all shut it down.
Right.
Her lipstick or whatever brand, any brand that young lady tried to promote, they said, shut it down.
Yep, don't support it.
That's a goddamn crime.
Yeah.
When you do that against a federal or potential federal witness.
That's true.
And I don't give a fuck who says what or who is criminal. But guess what? They didn't pay so far. Robert was made to pay for that shit. I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all talk.
Let me tag me in right there. Okay.
Hold on, Scott. Wait a minute. God, darn. Lord have mercy. Let me get in.
Tag me in. Tag out Nick. Go ahead, Angie. you gonna break the momentum. But go ahead.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let me tell you. Okay, Atmos is 99% correct on what he said with regards to the paperwork. I don't speak in absolute, but let me tell you why he's correct. Because that indictment is sworn by the affiant that the information contained in there is correct. Those indictments derive from evidence, whether it be circumstantial or direct. So meaning, but they're all allegations. Don't get me wrong. Ms. Winbush was correct about that. It's all allegations until it is proven innocent or guilty, right? So that's one thing.
But let me interject right here because it's in that paperwork. Nobody is going into court doing a checks and balances and saying, They put 100 devices. They didn't show 100 devices. Let's throw this out. What it is we plan to show this in court. Then when they get to court, they show whatever they show, but nobody goes back and says, you put that in the paperwork, you didn't show that in court, therefore you lied. It happens all the time. Because it's in the initial paperwork doesn't mean they're ever going to address it or address it in its totality once they get in the courtroom.
In the indictment,
it's nothing more than their comment.
No, the elements is what's required to convict them. The elements, not the fluff part of it. Like I got devices, I got this, that, and the third. It's only conviction by the elements. And they had enough evidence to substantiate the elements that was listed in the indictment, not the backstory. And on this date, and you know, okay, they say, you know, in one indictment, they say he started his career for the sole purposes of getting girls and this, that, and the third, whatever. Okay, you know that's not right. You go and there's another indictment that says something that he started his career to, you know, for whatever other reason. I forgot what it says. So, I mean, it's not a clear picture, but only thing they have to, in court, they have to convict by those elements. When those elements are when they can't substantiate those elements, that's when they you see on there when they break it down where it's proven, not proven, this, that, and third. When you see that in the jury instructions, that's why it's imperative that the jury instructions matches the elements in that indictment. The rest of the indictments, that part of it, I guess I should have been more clear. That part of it about this, that, and the third, and we're gonna show and this, that, and the third, whatever. All of that, that's just a story that they are somebody's probably telling them the story, or they have evidence that will say, they have evidence they believe.
Okay, I get you. And you're making my point for me. So the prosecution had 250 pages and the defense had one sheet of paper. They should have gone line by line and said, they said they were going to prove this. They showed no evidence for this. They said they were going to do this. They did not prove that this is what happened. It's
now, if you ask me, it seems to me that the R. Kelly supporters that were on that panel, they are feeling the regret of having an inadequate defense. It is not our fault. It's not the prosecution's fault that he could not find lawyers who could represent him in a way in which they were able to say, hey, so this was inconsistent, this right here was inconsistent, and be able to take that and use it in a way to work against the witnesses to try to discredit them. It's not our fault. And the biggest problem that R. Kelly had is, although the girls may have said, I don't recall, or I don't remember. And what Cannon was trying to do, if y'all remember, we really took the time on this here. What Cannon was trying to do was say, hey, so you said that you were, you arrived at his house, and I'm using an example. You arrived at his house at 3:00 on the 16th, right? And then the person on the stand will say, I believe so. Well, hold on. You say you arrived at 4:00 on the 17th. That's what you got in the paper, right? Didn't you say 4:00 on the 17th? Well, yeah. Whoa. Hold on. Do you see the lawyers that were in that room with you that day you wrote that down? Well, yeah. So all these lawyers were there, right? Yeah. And they wrote it down, right? Yeah. So why did you just say here on the stand that you was there at 3:00 on the 16th when now you're saying you was there at 4:00 on the 17th? That's how Cannon kept doing, right? And then eventually the government caught him up and said, hold on, bro. Pump your brakes. Where's the rest of that testimony that you're talking about? What can it say? oh, we didn't get that part. What? So you piecing together different things to confuse these people on the stand. That's that little stuff. That was his tactic to try to discredit them and keep saying, oh, so if the government said that you said this and now it's not matching up in the paperwork, that means the government lying, right? They kept doing that strategy and it didn't work. It didn't work. At the end of the day, R. Kelly got convicted because he himself left behind a trail of evidence that convicted himself. Period. Okay, let me finish this out. I think I'm about, matter of fact, I'm gonna end that video right there. Shout out to Levi. So y'all listen. The purpose of this video was to talk about why OCOV keeps winning. Why we don't have to be stressed out and arguing back and forth with these R. Kelly supporters on these platforms. It's unnecessary. At the end of the day, we read the paperwork. And that's it. Now, if the paperwork lines up and the paperwork says something different, guess what? We still gonna read it. Even though there were things, y'all, there were times during this trial where people kept saying to me, well, Atmos, because Whitney D read it too. Whitney D did the same thing I was doing. They would say, well, you and Whitney D, y'all won't read, and Diva Divine Light, my sister Diva was doing the same thing. Y'all won't read, you won't read Azriel's defense. I bet you won't read Azriel's defense. I bet you won't. So I'm like, okay, let's read it, right? So we had to wait like 4 or 5 days, and everybody put their money in to help us get them. We just waiting and waiting and waiting. Well, we finally wait and we finally get them and we read them. And we sitting here like, what was they so anxious about? Like y'all listen, I was looking for that aha moment. I was looking for that moment where they could say, you know what? Or I could say, you know what? Damn, y'all, they right. Outside of the Sonya testimony, everybody else was, what's that song? Solid, doom, 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 doom. Solid as a rock, doom, 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 doom. Dun, dun, dun. Y'all remember that song? Yeah, they were solid as a rock. Javante, solid as a rock. Lizette, solid as a rock. Faith Rogers, solid as a rock. Geronda was up and down, but at the end of the day, solid as a rock. Haley, solid as a rock. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, y'all, at the end of the day, it comes down to, don't get mad at us because we are reading the paperwork. Now, if I was taking the paperwork and I was taking it up and making my own interpretation of the paperwork and saying, y'all, the paperwork say this, but in my opinion, this really what they mean. I could see them like, oh, hey, oh, Atmos, you did. I could see it. But all we doing is reading and talking about what we read and going back over what we read. That's all we doing. That is all we are doing. So, y'all, the link is here. If anyone wants to come on and speak their mind, hit the link and come on in. Let me see what y'all saying here in the chat. Let me see what y'all are saying. Let me see here. It ain't gonna match when you grabbed it from your ass, right? Rocket said, why didn't Levi, Nutbush, and the other lady get him an attorney of their choice? Rocking with the truth. Great question, right? Great question. Now, the problem here, I believe, is R. Kelly was listening to, this is alleged. It's alleged that R. Kelly was listening to the bloggers, listening to the feedback from the bloggers. And allegedly, Don Russell, with the help of the bloggers, got Canick and them to come on to this case. And as you see, he lit a match and destroyed the whole thing. Okay, when he was talking about the twerking and kept talking about, yeah, and Judge, she was twerking. You know what a twerker is, Judge? She was dropping it low. And I mean real low. We was looking like, what the hell? When the one guy got up there telling me something, oh, yeah, I got a rap album coming out. Oh, can I play my demo for the court, Judge? We was all. And then when Larry Hood, the officer, said, "Oh, I never saw R. Kelly around no young girls," then the next paragraph gonna say, "Well, yeah, it was young girls. I remember Javante. She was around Aaliyah and them. All them little girls. All them little girls was together." You want to talk about lying? Are we talking? We talking about lying? Okay. Like I said, there were people from both sides who got on there and couldn't quite recall everything. Okay? Those are facts. Let me see what y'all got to say. We made it and survived. Excuses for his behavior. He's right where he belongs. Indeed. Miss Given said, for real, at 45, if I didn't speak to them, my parents would hire a private investigator. Yep. Forever Crazy Keep. The non-supporters don't have to pay super chats to get our point across. The non-supporters don't have to pay super chats to get our point across. Indeed. Queen Quiche, they can put their money together and find him a high-power attorney, so maybe he'll get 20 years instead of life. I know that's right. Whitney D said, yep, and it was uncomfortable at times, but we read it all. It was uncomfortable at times. It was some of that paperwork that made me nervous as hell. But I said, in order for this to be a transparent channel, I needed to read everything. Even when it hurt us, there were some things I read that was like, oh, that's not good. Right? Let me see. Shout out to Diva Divine for setting the trend for the transcripts. Indeed. Diva, the one that came up with the idea. Yes, she did. Shay Gem Dropper said, Nicole, with them being attorneys, they're probably much better than those people. I've watched some pretty questionable things that they did. I agree 2,000,000%, and there was nothing they said. Let me see here. They don't understand the paperwork. Indeed. Is that to determine this case? Hey, Tammy Beckham. The truth will always come out, and videos just back up the truth. Indeed. T-Band 1 said, I was done after last night. They tired me out. They tired me completely out. I can't give them any more attention. I know that's right. Me Too never came. Mocha Duchess said they could have seen RK sleeping with a child with their own eyes, and they come up with some BS excuse to try to justify. Most of these people are sick as. Listen, that Skylife lady, she was asked how she felt about little girls sleeping with grown-ass men. Her response was, well, if they weren't a virgin before they slept with them, then they got what they wanted. I was done. I was done right there. I was freaking done. Whitney D said, yep. We kept saying what were they talking about? They didn't read what we did. That's right. They didn't. They did not. Ms. Given said, no, Shade Drop. My parents wouldn't take the media approach more than 2 times, but my parents would hire a private investigator. Atmos Love, they go on big platforms paying for comments to spread their conspiracy theories, and now they keep getting pimped by a dude who wears dark and lovely relaxers. I know what you mean. Geronda had the DNA, so it really does. Yeah, look, the DNA said, because one of those bloggers over there said, well, they didn't have the results of the DNA of what, if it was R. Kelly or not, on that shirt with the semen on the shirt. It was 1 in 9,000,000. That was what, 33 zeros, y'all? 33 zeros after 1 in 9,000,000. So it's like, it was no way in hell that it could ever be anybody else other than R. Kelly who put his semen on Jerron Pace's shirt. Period. Andre, I agree with you. R. Kelly better take that plea. Hold on one moment, y'all. And if you would like to be a blessing to the channel, you can hit the cash out right there. $ this blessed house. Anything is appreciated. We got some new people in here. Okay. Let me see what y'all got to say. Let me see. Yep, kept saying. Let me see. All of them along with 100 devices and iPads and text messages. Come down and comment. Just V said, Mary Ann, was that an accident? You timed out Mocha. Yeah, that had to be an accident. You don't chop and screw paperwork. OCOV, that is why I have respect for you. Thank you, Nicole Evans. We appreciate you. Daughter of the Most High, Atmos, you definitely did a great job with everybody that volunteered to read. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You can't argue DNA and videos. No, you can't. See, great question. None of them knew Greenberg was going to withdraw in the first place. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I think this is my opinion. My opinion. Okay. Yes, he might have did some questionable things, such as when he went into the court and says, well, R. Kelly wants to be with his girlfriends. He's going to go stay with his girlfriends. I was like, why would you say that, right? When he's accused of this. But I think he was his best bet, right? And when Greenberg left, I was like, that's when I knew it was the beginning of the end. Why Marianne timeout Mocha? Is Mocha back? It had to be a mistake. Solid, yes. They couldn't afford to either. Yep, decillion and non-nillion, exactly. I'm not sure why she was. The F you doing? Hold on. Those ignorant supporters can argue until the sun goes down. Dude is guilty. He is. Was Mocha back? Hold on. Let me see if she came back in. Mocha and Andre. I think it was an accident. Yeah, it had to be an accident. That's why they didn't call many witnesses or stop calling witnesses on the R. Kelly side. Nicole Givens said, with all those videos that were not suppressed during the pretrial, all those videos sealed a guilty verdict. All the visual evidence was more powerful and made the testimony much more credible. Indeed. Atmos Love Zone, we have a person timing out people for no reason. Atmos, someone timing out people in the chat. Who's timing out people in the chat? Somebody said, I don't see Mary Ann. Done. Oh, she a whole idiot. I don't see Mary Ann either. Am I back? Mary Ann Green. Hold on. Who was Mary Ann Green? Mary Ann Green used to come in here. Okay, hold on. Thanks so much, Ty and Shay, for looking out. Okay, she's back. I see you now. Where's Andre? All right, y'all. We about to. Okay, she is crazy. Skylife. The law holds the oldest person. So, y'all, we about to get out of here. I just wanted to come on here and just chit chat with y'all a little bit because people really don't understand where we come from. Andre said, I'm new to your channel. You and Whitney D TV are awesome. Thank you so much, Andre. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see. Thanks, West Coast. No problem. I know accidents happen. Okay, looking good. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much to be. When we were teens, my sister sang like Aretha and I wanted to be a model. Producer tried to exploit both of us one night, but mom and older sister, oh hell no. That's crazy. What's up, Noonie? Those was the days I was wishing a group like Atmos. I was wishing for a group like Abs. Okay. Levi's analogies. Unless she timed me out again, I think I'm good. Yeah, I see you, Mocha. You didn't get timed out again. Somebody get them bots out of here that keep coming in here. But y'all, I think that is it. Okay, when you gonna do call-ins? Anybody can call in. Y'all can call in now. Let me put the number up. If anybody wants to call in, this here is the number to the channel. Call in if you want to call in and speak. You can call in now if you want to. All right, let me take it off of here. Yeah, if you want to call in, go ahead and call in. There's the number. There is the number on the screen if you want to call in and speak. You're more than welcome. Dang it. Hey, everyone, got to catch the replay. Yeah, Faith, you want to catch this replay. I'll give y'all a minute. If anybody want to call in within the next minute. Or you can hit the link and just talk too. Noonie, you can hit the link. The link is in the top of the chat. If you want to hit the link, you don't got to come on video and just speak. You're more than welcome to do that. Okay, matter of fact, yeah, I got the link up. So y'all can just hit the link if you want to. But y'all listen. Thank y'all very much for coming in here. Thank you for listening. If you would, please, on the way out, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed so you can get more content on what we're doing over here. I do appreciate y'all coming over here, and God bless. Thank y'all very much. I will holler at y'all later. Peace out. Oh, 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 no.
I don't need negative energy, wrap me in positive synergy. I have been doubted through life, been there and done that with trifling people who told me my style would not work. I told them they wrong, been struggling too long. This song is for you, I'm proving you wrong. Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way.
I'm a genuine person. Like if I love you, I love you. If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. It's as simple as that.